Haas F1 team, America's F1 team, brought onto the grid for the start of the 2016 season, has had an adventurous 7 years on the grid. After an initial 3 years of solid improvement, 2019 sees the team sign on an energy drink company to be their title sponsor. That was dropped two-thirds of the way into the season, leading into the team's worst constructors finish of the ninth. 2020 sees the team go from a total of 28 points in the previous season to a grand total of 3. 2021 is the worst season Haas has experienced. In the offseason, they got rid of their experienced lineup of Magnussen and Grosjean for 2 rookies. 2020's F2 champion Mick Schumacher and F2's 5th place driver from that year, Nikita Mazepin. This led to the team scoring 0 points and being almost laughably off pace, with the team's best finish being 12th at the Hungaroring at the hands of not Nikita Mazepin. Following the invasion of some innocent people, the title sponsor that backed Nikita Mazepin was terminated by the Haas team. This led to the signing of Kevin Magnussen. 2022 sees the team rebound, scoring 37 points and a pole position in its 8th place constructors finish. And then in 2023, the team hired Nico Hulkenberg to partner Kevin Magnussen. This shows the team's refocus on experience and stability for the team, as the pairing is contracted until 2024. However, I don't think the last 2 years have been smart. We can do better. What if we just embrace the American roots of our team and focus on making money? Money makes the world go round, and why would we waste our precious dollars on Max Verstappen or Lando Norris when we can sign young, inexperienced drivers for cheap and get the same result? It's not like Lewis or Max won their championships by being generational talents. Everyone can do this, right? Anyways, we're going to cut that pesky spending and create the best F1 team for way less than the competition. So how does this series work? Well, we're going to limit our spending in every area possible as we set budgets for those areas. Driver contracts. We will be limiting those to a grand total of $3.8 million a year. How did I get this number? It's roughly half of what we're spending currently on K-Mag, Hulkenberg, and Fittipaldi. Also, speaking of those guys, we aren't going to wait out their contracts. We're going to sign a brand new lineup before the season starts. I know it's not the financially smart thing, but it's the more fun thing, so shh. Staff contracts. We will be focused on reducing the salaries by 70% from a total of $5.3 million to around $3.7 million. We won't worry about these guys out the gate, but we will be reducing the salary into Season 2. Aerodynamics. The budget for all aero research, development, and production is $22 million. This might seem like a lot, but that's going to hamper our ability to develop the car rapidly, as we need to maintain a safe buffer in case we need to manufacture a lot of parts. Powertrain. The budget for the year is also $22 million, meaning outside of our initial engine allocation, we can only buy a maximum of 4 extra engines a year. That's a problem because we need to also be worrying about the ERS and the gearboxes as well. On top of the budget, when choosing a new engine supplier for each season, we must pick the cheapest. Facilities. Just like the previous two, this is capped to $22 million. This is to allow us to better our facilities and refurbish when necessary, but really hinder our ability to upgrade fully. As you can tell, this is a foolproof strategy that will see us rapidly rise through the standings and claim our constructor's title. This is episode 1 of Cheap Haass. Alrighty, so joining you from the homepage, we see our 2 drivers who are not going to be our drivers, is we are going to go to the scouting panel, kind of look at some people that were currently bookmarked to hire for our team. So we're going to do show bookmarked only. And you can see here we've got a crop of talent to consider. Now, personally, I kind of want to get Alex Palou. I really, really like Palou at the moment. Just kind of doing an incredible thing in IndyCar at the moment. Teo Pourchaire, who finished 2nd last year in the standings for F2, so very highly rated. Felipe Drugovich, but I'm not sure kind of how I feel about trying to break that contract. But yeah, so we're going to try to sign Teo somewhere around where we can afford it within our cap. So we join you from the contract screen. This is our offer that we could send to Teo Pourchaire, where it's the maximum amount that we can hand him. I kind of have a basic math of where I'm trying to leave some for the reserve driver as well. So it's kind of like 44-ish% of the amount of salary cap we have available to fit our budget. And we're going to try to stay as equal as we can between the 2 drivers, just because we don't want to have kind of a lopsided contract where we can spend $3 million on somebody. I kind of want to have 2 okay drivers instead of one okay one and one really bad one. So we're going to actually back down our offer a little bit here to 1.2, and we're going to leave these alone because I don't want to add an assigning bonus because I'm counting that towards the salary, especially if we're going to do a 2-season. Um, yeah, I'm going to count the salary signing bonus into the salary. All right, so contract declined. He does not like the 2 seasons. So what we could do as well is we could sign him to 1 season and see if he likes that, and then maybe bump this up to 1 point. Let's bump it up to 135. All right, so he still declines it. So he does not like the 1 season. So we're going to go back and try to give him a 2 season. Let's see if he accepts that. And then let's bump this down to 9th place and see if that helps. Oh, he still declines it. All right, so this is our last ditch effort to sign Teo Porcher to our team. 2-season contract. We're not going to give more than a 2-season contract to anybody. And if we sign one person to a 2-season contract, we're going to sign the other guy to a 1-year. So he's going to be our 2-year option. We're going to offer him the contract. Let's see what he says. And declined. All right, so Teo gave us one more shot. So we bumped up the signing bonus to $125,000. I could just max it out to 1.6 million, but hey, we're going to be as cheap as possible here. So we're going to try to nickel and dime everything. We're going to offer him this contract. And he still declines. So we're giving Teo almost as much money as we can. We can spend about $30,000 more. But this is the offer I'm going to send in as like a last-ditch effort. I don't know if he'll let us offer another contract, but sending this one in. And we finally get our first driver. All right, so one of the main, or not main, but one of the new things to F1 Manager 23 is development focus. I think because Porcher is lacking a little bit in overtaking and defending, those two being his worst, we are going to look at having him focus on wheel to wheel just for a little bit, and then we'll jump back over to balance just to kind of help out his lesser stats. Going after driver number 2, I want to get Alex below. I really feel like he's a good driver. I would like to see him grow here in F1, kind of let him get a shot here. We're going to propose a contract to him. All right, so we're going to offer Alex this contract. I know he loves contracts, so we're going to send him this one, and hopefully he doesn't tear this one up. All right, so declined. One of the main things that he does not like is the contract length. Because I signed Teo Porcher to a single season, or to 2 seasons, I mean, we need to give him 1 season, so we need to make him like this. So we're going to have to probably fork it out in a little bit other areas. This offer might look a little steep, kind of a steep jump up, but I really want to get him to potentially like coming over here, so we're going to offer him this. And he accepts. Wow, I was not expecting that. So for 1.5 million for the first year, or for his entire contract, we get Alex below. All right, so looking at Alex's abilities, we're going to mainly focus on his lowest stats right now with development, being braking, accuracy, and adaptability. Thankfully, that is covered in short runs, and it also kind of helps cornering, so he might be pretty strong with the cornering part of it. So pace, short runs, development for Alex. All right, so in trying to find a reserve driver, I kind of stuck with some younger people, looking for someone under 65 overall rated, just because I'm trying to keep this person under 530,000. So we are going to go after, I think, Roman Stanek. I think with him being younger, and really we can put him in the seat for 2 years, give him a 2-year contract, and then just see if he develops. We'll be giving him every FP1 session we can just to help in development. Yeah, so let's just see if we can sign him just for his age and his overall. All right, so coming out of the gate, we're not giving him a very strong contract because I really want to get these guys for really, really cheap, especially if we're having him for 2 seasons. If he's at 2 seasons at a low wage and going into next year, we replace Alex Pillow, or we replace Teo Porcher, we can just have more room with the amount of salary we have. Currently, I believe if I click off screen, We have $700,000 available that we could offer a reserve driver, but I would rather have this secured for next season because that driver budget is not going to get bigger. We're going to try to operate under that budget for the foreseeable future. So this is going to be the contract we offer him. Okay, I think this is a positive decline. I think we can give him a little bit more salary, just kind of inch it up a little bit, and then we'll get him for a little bit cheaper than I was expecting. All right, so 380,000 is cheap. We'll see if we can offer him that and see if he accepts. All right, so contract decline. I'm not going to give him 3 seasons. I think we're going to cap ourselves at 2 seasons unless we can get someone really, really young. Maybe we reserve 3 seasons for if we get a young American who's young, probably like 18, to put in the reserve seat. But yeah, so we'll bump this up a little bit more, and then we'll see if we can get him. Shaping up our next offer here. I know we offered him 330. I think we're just gonna give 350 because he's at medium patience, and just see if we can just eke this out for as cheap as possible. All right, so another contract decline. Okay, so he has low patience at the moment. We bumped it up another $30,000. My goal is to get that salary in the white for him. I feel like he would accept. If he gives us another shot after this, we will bump that salary probably to somewhere in the $400,000 range. Okay, another decline. Let's see if he will let us renegotiate. And he will. So we're going to bump this up to 420. Give him another 5,000. So it's going to be about 475 for the year. We're going to offer him that contract now. And he still declines it. Wow. All right, so Stanek lets us go back one more time. We're going to give him about 520,000. We're closer to our budget than I wanted to be. Actually, on second thought, give him 420. We're going to put him here. We're going to put that back down to 55. So it's going to be $515,000 for the offer. So we're going to send this one in. Another decline. And he still lets us send him another contract. All right, so this is the maximum I want to give him to lock him down for 2 seasons. This keeps the salary low and does give him a pretty hefty signing bonus, which still is going to... I will still count that for the total budget used for him. So we're just going to offer it and hope he accepts. Wow. We're giving this one more Hail Mary on the off chance that he doesn't want to be on a multi-season contract. We're going to put him on a 1-season contract and see if that accepts. And if he doesn't accept this one, we're going to go look for somebody else. All right, and he doesn't accept, so we are going to go look at another driver. All right, so the second driver I've decided to go after is Juan Manuel Correa, an American. So that's a plus for branding and all the other dumb stuff. So we're going to give him a 1-season contract just to see how he feels about it. And then this is the base that we're going for the salary. So 350,000, so it's 380 total. We're going to offer it. We're going to see what he thinks. So contract declined. I expected that. 300,000 or 350,000 is not good enough, and 30,000 total is not good enough. So we're going to give him a little bit more money. Okay, so Correa, we're going for 440,000 total. 2 seasons, just kind of bump up the positivity a little bit for a reserve driver. See what he thinks. Contract decline. So he wants 3 seasons. I think we're gonna move on from Juan Manuel Correa. All right, so we're gonna look at Kalen Frederick. So he is, I think, 58 rated. So he's a lot lower rated than the other guys. So I'm wondering if we can kind of lowball him here and see if he'll accept. He's got a lot of development to do. So we're going to look at this 1-season contract, see how he feels about that, and kind of use that as the gauge. So we don't have any scouting done on anybody. They don't really know how they're going to react to stuff. So we're kind of just going in blind our first negotiation period. All right, so he liked the 30,000. So that's good. So we'll keep the 30,000 there. We're going to see if we can bump that up, both the season and the salary. All right, so Kalen, we're going to give him 2 seasons. We're going to give him a total of 350. For the first year, we're going to offer the contract and see how he feels. All right, so he declines that one as well. And considering that he doesn't like the 2 seasons and that he is young and American, we're going to give him 3 seasons in the next offer. All right, so 3 seasons, 390,000 total for the first year. We're going to see how he feels with this one. All right, 3 seasons is actually not a plus for him. So we're going to drop it down to 2 seasons, and he might actually accept for that. All right, so sending it in for 2 seasons. Still declined, but I feel like we're so close. So Kalen has low patience, so we're going to give him 390. So he's going to be at 420 total for his first year. And we're going to see what he thinks. He declines. Alrighty, I'm slightly surprised by his declining. So we're going to give him 450 for the first year. 410 salary. 2 seasons. Still, we're not going to give him more than 3. We're going to see how he thinks. And he accepts. There we go. Finally have our reserve driver figured out. So whilst Kalen has fairly low stats everywhere, his lowest seems to be cornering at the moment. I think for development, we're just going to let him be balanced. Like I said, we are going to give him a bunch of FP1 sessions. And also, by the looks here, we do not have a race simulator built. So we're going to go look at that. All right, so looking at our staff facilities, I think one of the main things we do need to be focusing on is scouting, helping our development of our team members, and to also help our drivers. So first off, we're going to spend the $1 million here. We're going to just get that race simulator out the way. $1 million spent out of our $22 million for the year. Along with that, we're going to go to the scouting department because we need to be scouting many more people. That includes staff, and that includes drivers for the next season, just so we can kind of figure out who we might look at and kind of where we can be with offering them contracts. That was one of the things that sucks coming out of the gates, is we don't really know what to offer people. This is going to help us on that front. Looking at the Team Hub as well. Team Hub, $800,000. Not super expensive, but that weekly development is very important. So we're going to purchase this as well. Looking further at our facilities, these are the 4 things that we do not have built yet. I noticed that team attractiveness is going to be boosted highly just by purchasing these. So we're going to spend the $1 million on the hospitality area. We're also going to spend the $240,000 on the helipad. Looking at the memorabilia room, we're also going to spend the $440,000 there. And finally, the tour center. This is something I'm expecting to upgrade just to help with the income. All right, so getting some development underway as well for aerodynamics. We're going to work on the underfloor. Kind of hits 3 of our 4 lowest areas on the car. So we're going to design a new one, and we're just going to max all the CFD hours out. We're going to max out the wind tunnel hours. And we're not going to rush anything. We're just going to let it be. We're going to take so long how it takes. And that's going to be our the design focus.
Parts each way extra, and together will add weight to the car build. This designing aero parts with higher durability will increase condition life of a part, but any durability improvements will come with the payoff.
All right, so just explaining the durability. I would love to sit here and just crank this all the way down. But if we are trying our best to not suck and not run out of money, we are just gonna we're gonna just crank some stuff around here for a minute. All right, so I want to crank this up. I want to crank it up, but it's not gonna do much, and it's gonna drop her down our total weight. And we're gonna lose 7 spots on total weight. So I am thinking we just leave it That's the normal lifespan. And then engineers, we're going to give this half our engineers. And like I said, we're not going to rush. We're not going to go intense with it. We're just going to go normal. And you see here, we're going to have $689,000 remaining. Even though we've upgraded the race simulator once, I do think that we need to go in for a second upgrade just to go in for that extra 20%. I think we might even upgrade it a third time. So we're going to spend the 1.9 million to upgrade the race simulator again. So after some scrolling around, I've decided to focus on just pit stop errors. I think we're going to be slow, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about being slow. I just want a reliable pit stop, and this is also going to help improve these guys as well. And hopefully over time, that kind of helps kind of get that pit stop time down. But at the end of the day, I don't really know what we're doing here. So yeah. Looking at the facilities, I really want to spend this 150,000 on the tour centers. Actually, you know what? I think I was gonna say I wasn't gonna do it, but actually we'll just do it. We'll spend a little bit more. We're gonna be just under $15 million left of our cap after doing this. All right, so we have Frederick in the car for FP1. We're gonna try to develop him, like I said, throughout the season. So he's in the car. We have Pillow in the car as well. And we're actually just going to simulate through all the sessions up until qualifying. I will just show you the results from qualifying. And if anything happens during qualifying, I'll throw it in. All right, so following qualifying, Verstappen on pole. Very obvious. And then we had Alex Pillow getting all the way to Q3 and Teo Pourchaire getting to 12th. So really good starting positions. Looking good here to kind of be around the points on the get-go. So maybe be a little bit aggressive on the strategy straight out the gate and see if we can kind of maintain our track position. But yeah, we'll move on to our race strategy. All right, so getting a little aggressive here on the strategy for Pourchaire with the worst qualifying result. We're going to put him on into the softs. And then we are going to then put him on the hards. So it's going to be one stop. And then for Pillow, we're going to put him on the mediums. And then we're going to go on to our most worn set of softs because we only have one brand new set. And then we're going to go on to our brand new softs. But that's going to be our strategy here for the race.
Here in Sakir, the floodlights are on, and it's nearly time for 57 laps around the Bahrain International Circuit. Here's a determined Sainz lining up on the grid.
P3 is a decent starting position, and they should get a good haul of points if they play the race right.
So let's see what today has in store, shall we? And this is it, the Bahrain Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
All right, so we're down a little bit on fuel. Man, that was a poor start by Pourchaire. Or it looked like a poor start. Weird movement there out of the cars. So we're going to go 2 times speed. I think that'll be our low speed. So Pillow is still in second, or not second. He's still in 10th. I wish he was in second. The main thing here is we're going to want to stick as close as we can to the car in front of us. So that would be Ocon. So Pillow really needs to get close to Ocon, or I guess at this point, Sonoda. We're going to put both guys on aggressive just so they're using up their tires a little bit. And we really, really, really want them to stick with the guys in front of them. I need Pillow to...
The driver is entering a battle situation where they might need the extra power for an overtake attempt or to defend against one. Then you can direct them to deploy energy as they see fit through battle assist.
I think we're just going to leave these on for the drivers because I like the idea of that. Yeah, so we're going to have Pillow deploy and we're going to have Pourchaire deploy for this entire lap. We're going to hope that they can catch up to the cars in front and use their DRS. I mean, that's Sargent. Sargent's ahead of Albon. Okay, we really, really, really want them to stick with the DRS. Stay within 1 second of the car in front of you, please, Pillow. Pourchaire looks like he's close. Come on, Alex. Come on. You can do it, buddy. Okay. Please cross in the detection point. I don't think we did. Did we? No, we did not. Shoot. Porcher is doing a good job. We're actually going to put him on to neutral. He's going to be in the DRS train behind us. Below is close enough to Sargent. All right. There we go. We're able to gap ourselves from Bottas a little bit here. And Sargent is just off of Tsunoda in front. So we're just going to sit where we are here. And we're going to go back to standard. And then we're going to have Porcher go on standard for tires as well. Yeah, so Porcher is currently back here. He's sitting in the DRS of Alex Albon, and he's also going to get the DRS, basically the DRS train that's going to be formed off of Pelot, who's currently the first car without DRS. We're actually going to have Porcher go a little bit light for a minute. We're actually going to go to 4 times speed here. Just kind of see what's going on. Everything around us. Gotta keep our eyes on some stuff here. Alright. Share is in the range where we can feel comfortable to put him onto that. He's in the DRS. Pelot is just kind of sticking just ahead of Bottas, which is good. Share gets ahead of Albon. He's gonna need to get past Sargent here at some point. I think he might be able to. So Pelot is currently 2.8 seconds behind. Okay. The Pelot currently has Bottas right on his rear. Gone up in. Right, so Pelot gets overtaken by Bottas. We're going to have him actually sit behind him and top up. For the time being. Hopefully that Bottas is now ahead. Bottas maybe be able to pull us closer to Tsunoda as our 2 drivers are battling a little bit. Alright. We need to do more tire management with Porcher. But Porcher just got in front of everybody. And Pelot just dropped out of DRS zone, and we now know why, because we left him on top up for too long. Alright, so we're going to jump on board with Pelot here. 2 times speed. Okay, we need him to deploy, unfortunately, just to catch up. I need to not do that. We need Porcher to go on to conserve just to get some heat out of the tire. So we're almost 11 seconds, or not 11 seconds, we're about 1.5 seconds behind Tsunoda, who's the only car that we can catch currently for points. With an 11-second gap between Tsunoda and Ocon, it looks like it's going to be pretty difficult for us to get up there. There's a yellow flag, and what is that for?
Yellow there, watch for yellows. Copy.
Oh, that was Tsunoda. Alright, so Bottas is now the goal for points. Alright, we're saving a little bit of fuel here. We're actually going to have Porcher just kind of sit and save some fuel. We're just going to have Below harvest a little bit here. See if he can still stick in the DRS zone. And I don't think he will. He will. Rocher actually gets ahead of Bottas there for a second. They're going to slow each other up massively. We've got no DRS here for Pillow. Okay. I'm going to put him on balanced and standard. I'm going to have him deploy and see if he can brake. Another yellow flag. What's that for?
Push for yellows.
Copy. There's a yellow flag now.
Ojo spun. Alright, Pourchaire is now... He's only 6/10 ahead of Bottas. Below is still on the DRS of Bottas, just barely. Really not doing a good job of just getting up there and just holding on to it. We have a whole DRS train behind us from, looks like 9th all the way down to about 17th. Alright, we just broke Bottas, so we're going to, I need to stop pausing. We're going to put Pourchaire on neutral. And Bottas gets by him as well, so we're going to have him push here. See if he can break him as well. Is it possible? We're going to have him top up now that he's behind his teammate, but he's going to pass him. Not what I was looking for. We're actually going to have Pourchaire or Pillow sit on Harvest.
It always pays to talk tactics with the drivers. You can instruct them to respond to a number of different situations that might occur on the track. For example, when trying to overtake. This gives you more control over driver behavior while allowing you to manage the level of risk they will take. There are several other unique situational tactics that drivers can also use.
We're going to tell him not to battle his teammate here. Just gonna tell him to harvest. We're gonna hope he stays in the DRS, and Stroll is right on our butts, so. Dang it. Alright, we're gonna let Pillow just kind of sit here. We're gonna have him save fuel and harvest. We're gonna tell him to always defend high overaggression on the overtakes here. We're just gonna let Pourchaire sit out front. And then we're going to go to a little bit of 8 times speed here and just kind of see where things go. Okay, Pourchaire has gapped. Alright, so we're going to put Blow onto this, and his strategy says he's open, but I'm actually going to have him go aggressive on the tires for a couple laps. Let's see what we can do here. And we've not lost a position to somebody that we're trying to cover off, so I'm just going to keep letting him push here. Might even go attack just to let him really push. Share is still burning up his tires a little bit. Not good. And then we're going to let Pillow also go unbalanced. See if he can break Albon. Let him deploy too, just to really go for it. Yeah, Pourchaire's getting slightly close to his window here. All right, we got Pillow. He just pulled out to a little bit of a gap here. It looks like all the Williams have pitted. His tires are getting hot, so we're going to put them back on standard. And then we're going to put them onto neutral here. What's his pit options here? Okay, so he's pretty worn on his tires. We might need to just let him conserve here. We're going to go to 8 times speed. Russell's going to pass Pillow here, I think, this lap. All right, Pourchaire's window is open. I'll let him go back to standard here. But I think we're going to need to pit him sooner rather than later. Speaking of, we're going to get to Pillow here. What does he look like on tires? About 50% on his tires. Kind of want to extend maybe a couple laps, maybe. I'm unsure. But Pourchaire, I'm really concerned about how much tire wear he's got left. You know, we're going to actually pit Pourchaire. We're going to put him on the hards.
Box this lap.
Copy, box.
We're going to have him conserve fuel in. Alright, we're gonna have him go aggressive here.
Can push even more.
Copy.
We're gonna see how Pourchaire comes out. 2.8 on the pit stop. Okay, he comes out right behind Albon. We're gonna go a little 2 times speed here. We're gonna see what he's doing. Alright, so we need him to attack just to get those tires up to speed. Go balance on the fuel. Alright, I think we're gonna... Alright, now that his tires are up to temperature, we're gonna put him in standard. Yeah, we're gonna pit Pourchaire this lap. Or Pillow, sorry. I'm gonna do that a lot. We're gonna do... the second most warm pair of softs. I'm gonna go full attack in. It doesn't matter. Get passed here by Bottas. Hope Bottas isn't on fresh tires. That'd be embarrassing. I've never seen a pit stop from onboard, I don't think. From this game specifically. Alright, what does he get? 2.7. Alright. And he comes out, man, he comes out almost like 5 seconds behind, and Pourchaire. Man, that was ridiculous. Alright, we're gonna go a little 8 times here just to kind of see where we can get the tires at. Okay, his tire's there. We're gonna let him go back to that. Okay, we're good on the fuel on his side. Man, 19th place. Hopefully he can gain quickly on the car ahead of him, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to. Pourchaire looks like he's dropping back a little bit as well. Looks like he's struggling a bit on pace on those hard compound tires. We need them to... Oh, crash.
Now this is Logan Sargent.
Oh.
Barely any room to maneuver. Has to be said, that was pretty risky.
Oh, are you kidding me?
If there were a few words exchanged when they get back to the paddock.
Alright, so that's Pourchaire's race, I think. Pit options. Car parts. What does damage look like on his car? Oh, come on. Do you have any... We don't have any mediums left. Oh, did we just crash into each other?
And there's been quite a crash.
Oh my god, this is a disaster.
Let's have a look at the action. It's all at the final corner. Not a lot of wiggle room here. Oh, that's quite an impact between them. Now that had the potential to do some real damage, given the nature of that collision. And just
Oh.
like
Hello? Okay. What's her damage look like? Okay, so it's minor chassis and front wing damage. Alright, at least it was on Sargent. Pourchaire's got a time penalty as well. Dang it. Alright, so we're gonna change our strategy up here a little bit. We're gonna go aggressive on the tires. Just for a tiny bit. We're gonna make up that that deficit. We're gonna go deploy as well. We're gonna do a little...
oh, we've had a crash.
Oh, this is a whole thing. Man, we've all decided to hit each other on this lap. You're in a Williams or in a Haas.
Dangerous.
Mode push.
So it's on Piastri. So Piastri gets a penalty there. Yeah, unfortunately, I think I do have to keep Piastri or Pourchaire. There's a lot of P words that are tripping me up here. We're gonna have Pourchaire stay out on those hard compound tires for the rest of the race. His spin just completely ruined his shot at points here. So, yeah, below. We're trying to find a little gap for him here to kind of put him onto another set of tires. I think we're going to have to put another pair of softs on and then change the front wing. But he's going to come out, geez, like... He's going to come out just so far behind everybody else. It's not even going to be funny. Yeah, we're going to put him on to attack again. And we're just going to burn these tires up. Just have them go out for a couple laps. And Plo locked up as well, so we're gonna give him a standard. Alright. Tires are hot again, they're on standard, so whatever. Alright, and then Plo for his current lap. We're gonna tell him to box. So we're gonna have him box on a brand new set of tires. We're going to replace his front wing, which is going to cost us some money because we need to make sure that we can get that tire or these wings and stuff to last for the rest of the season. Unless we go on to the hards. I think we need to make the sauce last because they're just so much quicker. Because Pourchaire's been just absolutely dropping off the face of the earth since he's put on the hards. We'll push in, we'll put him on neutral here, and then we'll see where we are at the end of the race. We're going to pit below. Below comes down. He's in 19th. He has been lapped. A couple more cars. Pourchaire is sitting nice and pretty. His tires are looking good enough to go to the end of the race. We had a incident on track where we need to get him off of push. Pourchaire ran wide. He's in 15th, but he needs to be 5 seconds ahead of everybody around him because he still has a penalty to serve. Perez has a pit stop issue. Looking at Blow's tires here. I think we need to have him potentially go late on his tires to the finish. Have both cars push for a lap on the fuel. Norris overtakes Pourchaire. We let them go to point 2 again. Do we not change the... Oh, it's the chassis damage. Oh, we can't do that. Alright, Pourchaire's tires look like they're going to last. Blow spun. Watch it
Now
spin.
we should be able to take a look here. Here we are, we're looking at turn 11. Oh no, that's not how to do it. And I wonder, could they have done anything about that?
Yeah, I think that's partly down to his tire issues, or his chassis issues. You can see that bump just from spinning there. DeFries overtakes Pourchaire, so Pourchaire is currently in... He's sitting kind of pretty here with his tires, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I think Pelot's race is screwed here. He's gonna be struggling the entire race. So 14th for Pourchaire. He's still 6 seconds ahead of Albon, but Albon looks like he's just pitted. He got overtaken by Tsunoda. Tsunoda screws up and he gets by Tsunoda again. We're about 8 seconds back from the car in front, so we really have nothing to fight for here. His tires still looking good. Fuel looking pretty close. Gonna put him on conserve for a little bit. Left him on a overtake for a while. Yeah, we're gonna let Blow conserve for a little bit longer, and then we're gonna put him onto neutral. All right, get them back to balanced, so we know they're not gonna run out of fuel. And we're gonna have Pourchaire deploy.
And yep, it's the Haas that's affected there.
Oh, did we crash
But this is
another
what
car?
happened. Now this happens down at turn 8. And you can see how tight it is. And you can see how the cars come together. And I don't think there's a lot of doubt as to which car came off worse there.
Okay, at least we didn't get damaged. I hate the crew reactions. We're gonna go to 2x speed here. Do we have any damage? No. Okay, so that's gonna help us with... Oh, are you kidding me? We're at 10 seconds now? What's our aggression at? Oh, we're still in medium. What the hell? Alright, so we're, I guess we're full deploy at the moment. Watch the onboards here. Pelot, I think, is good to go standard to the end. We're also going to let him go and deploy. Trying to keep an eye on it. Go a little onboard here for Pourchaire. Pourchaire needs to actually top up a little bit. He's got 10 seconds of penalties, so he's going to drop all the way back to 17th. I wish you could see exactly how many penalties he's got here. Penalty. Yeah, 10 seconds. Sweet. We're gonna put him back on neutral. We're gonna put him back on neutral. Yeah, so Palou has got chassis damage, so I think that's affecting his pace somewhat. There's a caution somewhere on the racetrack.
And here we've got a yellow flag.
Let's defreeze. Defreeze, does he go behind us? No, but he gets us closer to us. We're gonna have to put O'Share onto top up again. His tires are looking right where they could or should be. So I'm not too worried about his wear. Let him run push for 2 seconds. So this has been a bit of a disaster here. Just, yeah, hitting people and doing things that we shouldn't be doing. And there goes Albon. So we're going to sit behind him and harvest. Hopefully he doesn't break the DRS, which it looks like he might. Now we're going to put him back onto neutral. Ocon runs wide. We're getting close to the final lap of the race here. Yeah, we can't do that. All right, we got to sit behind him and top up. Who's behind him? So we got Joe. We can't really do anything to even help his position here. Palou is currently right behind Piastri, so we can have him attack. And we can have him deploy. Alright, does Palou get this position that doesn't really matter on the final lap?
Perez has crossed the line first.
Oh, and Perez wins.
I'm
Oh.
not quite sure what's happened there. Right,
Do we
let's have a look here
we
as
get another
go to
5-second
turn
penalty?
8. Dangerously close to each other. And there, the cars make contact. And thankfully, after that, it seems the drivers are...
God. That's 5 seconds, so that doesn't even... Yeah. Okay. So that guarantees us 19th and 17th. Man, this has been a disaster. Absolutely just brutalizing people out here.
Well, that was a truly awful day at the office for the Haas driver.
You know, I don't think many would have expected to see them finishing outside the top 10. They'll be aiming much higher than that, I assure you.
No stranger to the podium, the Mexican driver now takes his place after another remarkable race.
That gives them their first win of the season, and it was really well deserved.
I wonder if they'll get more. All right, so your results from this race, top 10, Perez, Verstappen, Alonso's in 4th, Leclerc on the podium. Yeah, so Red Bull, Ferrari, Aston Martin, definitely the fastest ones here. And then Alpine is the, looks like the contender for getting into the points. So we'll need to step up to fight them. We are 17th and 19th. Yeah, just absolutely throwing it in there. Seems like we need to maybe think about our, we set up our overtakes and stuff. Maybe just be a little bit more reserved with our drivers. I hope they improve and not throw it into the side of people. That would be beneficial. All right, so 26 points to Perez. Oh, Perez got the fastest lap too. Dang. Yeah, no need to look at us because we have none. All right, so McLaren get the fastest pit stop. And if you look at this, are one of the 5 teams that haven't scored a point for that, but our best pit stop was 2.7. And I thought something happened on one of Pelot's stops. It was 7.5 seconds. So we lost 5 seconds to that, and then 5 seconds to him pushing somebody off the track. And then we got another 10 seconds from Porsche doing 2 instances of causing an accident. All right, since Alex Pelot destroyed a chassis and a front wing, we're going to have to spend some money manufacturing some of those. So we're going to manufacture 2 of each just to make sure that we have some spares. Because if that happens every race, this is going to get expensive. All right, so looking here, we are going to develop 2 of them for 1.1 million. This is being the chassis. So we're going to confirm those 2. This is the front wing. We're making 2 of them. So we just added basically 2 to the pool because we lost 1 from the race each. So we're going to add just 1 extra just to make sure that we have that covered. All right, so I guess that concludes round 1. Not a very great episode. We absolutely screwed it in the race. I mean, just completely and utterly blew it. Porsche hit 2 people. Pelot hit 1 person. Pit crew also screwed up Pelot. So we lost a ton of time on the race that we shouldn't have. Should have done a better job, but we didn't. But yeah, that's going to be part of the series. We're going to have a lot of inexperience. We're going to be dealing with some guys who don't really know how to drive very well. So we're going to be trying to punch above our weight at all times. So pretty much every race is guaranteed to be difficult. So yeah, that concludes episode 1. We will be out for next week in Saudi Arabia. And yeah, hope y'all enjoyed. Have a good rest of your week, and peace.